anticipated Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury fight in Saudi Arabia. That's next Sunday. Here to tell us more about that is one of our favourite people on the planet, former champion of the universe, Spence Oliver. How are you, Spence?
Gentlemen, how are we doing? And by the way, this chair is quite high. It's higher than the ones that I normally sit on. So
that's for you, especially.
No cushion, though. Not happy about that.
It's like when you go to the hairdresser. Do you remember they used to put a plank of wood over the two arms?
What do you mean, do I remember?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
It's open the window now and it flies off, right? How are you, Spencer? You well? You good?
Yeah, I'm very well, yeah.
I love to see you. I'm very good. I'm very excited.
Good.
We love it when you come in, because we talk so much boxing. You know so much about it, so it's good that we can pick your brain. Yeah. You are responsible for YouTube fighters, aren't you? This is basically your mess, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your mess.
I helped promote the first KSI Joe Weller fight, and also helped promote Jake Paul's first fight against Deji, who's KSI's brother, and Logan Paul boxed. Who did Logan Paul box? Logan Paul boxed KSI that night, I think.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever think for? I'm guessing you couldn't have done for one moment. It would be as big as it is now.
No, of course not. If I would have guessed that, I would have stayed involved, wouldn't I? It's one of those. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't be coming here to talkSPORT at 5 o'clock on Friday.
I'm not going to lie. I've just been saying to the guys out in the gallery there. I'm going, you know what? It's one of those moves where you think, why didn't I stay involved? But listen, the guys, I think they've set up their own platform. What people must understand about this YouTube boxing, we'll get onto this fight where this is the first fight that Jake Paul's boxed a real boxer in Tommy Fury, but people must understand about the YouTube boxing and boxing is two totally different things. YouTube boxing is like YouTube/WWE boxing, white collar boxing, if you like. Obviously, I know people that the professional boxers get offended by it because they use boxing as the platform. Boxing's the umbrella of it all, but it's a little bit more than that. I sort of understand it because I know what they're doing, and there's a place in the market for that, but it's not really real boxing. But this is the first time that Jake Paul goes into a real fight, because let's have this right, yeah? Tommy Fury, brother Tyson Fury, Fury family. This kid cannot lose this fight. There is so much pressure on him.
You mean cannot afford to lose?
Cannot afford to lose. There is so much pressure on him. I think, this fight has been on, it's off, it's on, it's off. Tommy Fury's had injuries in the past. Were they injuries? Did he just think, well, this is too much, high risk, low reward, this one? But it's a fascinating, intriguing fight, whatever way you look at it, because like Jake said, he starts the favourite. He probably does start the bookie's favourite. I think, and listen, I'm going with Tommy Fury purely because I'm a boxing man. He's a boxer. That's his sort of living. So you got to go with him because I think, come on, Tommy, you can't lose this, mate. You can't lose. It's Jake Paul.
Is it the hype because of the whole YouTube thing, which is why maybe Jake Paul's the favourite? Because I'm with you. I'm thinking Tommy Fury's a boxer.
Yeah.
He comes from a boxing family, right? How can he get beat by someone who's not been boxing for that long? I don't understand how it works.
I get it, mate. That's what I'm saying. How can he get beat? He can't afford to get beat, man. We know what Jake Paul's like as well. He's just one of those guys that knows how to press the buttons.
Yeah.
He gets under your skin. Do you know what I mean? He's an annoying type of character, and Tommy's got so much to lose if he loses this one. I don't think he'll ever be able to return to the country. I think Tyson said that actually, and I think it'd be quite hard for him to walk down the street if he loses to Jake Paul. There's a lot on the line for Tommy. There really is.
You said something, Spence, quickly earlier, just then about him pulling out the fight. Do you think for any reason now, I know we're really close to the day, but I'm still quite sceptical. I'm expecting something to happen next week and it doesn't happen.
I think he's on the plane, isn't he? He's there, isn't he? Is he there? Or is he... I hope so. Because we're going on Wednesday, so I'm just hoping. I hope he gets there.
You think the fight's definitely on now, right?
The fight's definitely on. Yeah, we're too far down the road now. With everything that's gone in, the promotion, there's a lot of money got into it already now. So I think we get the fight definitely.
As if there wasn't enough on it. If Jake Paul wins the fight, he then gets a ranking, an official ranking.
Well, listen, that's now the confusing bit. And I heard a lot of people saying he gets a top 15 ranking. That's not true. I think it's a top 40 ranking.
But still, for a YouTuber, that's nuts, right?
Come on, man. Come on,
Who do you want to win, Spence?
I recognise the WBC are thinking, cha-ching, cha-ching, there's a few quid here. But come on, don't disrespect. That's the problem we've got with the boxers that are grafting their butts off to get some sort of ranking, to sort of better their lives. Do you know what I mean? They're trying really, really hard. And Jake Paul comes along, he goes, right, this is my first fight against a professional boxer and I'm going to get a top 40 ranking. I went, that's a little bit wrong. I don't agree with that, if I'm totally honest. But where's my money on this one?
No. Who do you want to win?
I want Tommy Fury to win.
You want boxing to win, right? And that's Tommy Fury.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't. Yeah, of course, for the sport, for the sport,
100%.
we need Tommy to win.
If you had a mortgage, I know you, of course, got about 10 houses. You've not got a mortgage on anyone. But if you did, right, and you're going to have to bet your mortgage on the outcome, would you do it?
Oh, definitely not. Would you?
Oh, really? Well, you think it's a flip of a coin?
Well,
do you?
no, I don't. I think Tommy Fury. I think it's one of those. Right. This is. See if you agree with me on this one. I think it's one of those where we've been led to believe it's a lot closer than it actually is. Because when it was first announced, like a long time ago, yeah, I went, Tommy Fury, murder him. I've done Jake Paul fights, like I saw him, and I know he's improved a lot since the white collar days or whatnot, but I'm going, Tommy Fury's, he's got that pedigree in him, and I think if he trained hard, I thought, you're talking about a white collar boxer against a guy that is a professional boxer that's been through the system, and I'm just going, but now as we've got closer, I'm starting to go, don't know.
But but why is that? And that's what's maybe concerning, is why is all of a sudden, the last couple of days, people going, I think Jake Paul's the favourite now
because
over
of the hype
boxer.
around it. Because of the hype around it. I'm going to give you another example. I said that, like, when we got closer to the fight, when Ricky Hatton was boxing Floyd Mayweather, you went, Floyd's the number one, man. Ricky, you're great and you've done what you've done, but this is another level. Floyd Mayweather wins the fight, wins it comfortably. As we got closer, I started to believe that Ricky was going to do it, and you start thinking, yeah, you know what?
Really?
He's got a chance.
Yeah, but Ricky had a great punch on him, right? Ricky had a great punch on him.
Yeah, he did.
Right, and he had a pedigree.
Floyd never got hit.
No, but to be fair, Jake Paul can whack, to be fair. That's one thing he can do.
He can whack.
He can whack. So can Tommy Fury.
Let me ask you this, right? So when we go into a fight and you look at the sort of tail of the tape, you look at height, you look at reach, you look at, experience or lack of, knockout pattern and so on. What, out of these two fighters, what do you think is going to be most telling?
I just think the boxing pedigree of Tommy Fury should be the most telling, just everything. He's got all the attributes to beat Jake Paul. If you look at them, the physical stature of the two, Tommy looks great. Jake looks like a guy that's, just started training. It's just not that should determine who wins the contest, but I'm just looking at him. Tommy Fury's jab, he whacks with the right hand. He's got the foundations, is probably a better way of putting it. And Jake Paul is the unknown, because we've only ever seen him fight UFC fighters and guys that are particularly old. So I can't really judge him on that. But from what I saw when he had the white collar boxing bout, and that was a few years ago, to be fair, and I know he has improved dramatically since then, doesn't tell me that he's got enough to beat Tommy Fury.
Spencer, is there a little bit of a concern that potentially Jake Paul maybe isn't as dedicated to his craft as other boxers, and maybe that might hinder him a little bit?
Jake Paul or Tommy?
Sorry, Tommy Fury. My bad, Tommy.
Well, this is it. That's the $1 million question. I think that he's got the natural talent and the ability to win that fight. But like you say, I think that we look at Tommy and you go, does he want to be a YouTuber? Does he want to be, an influencer? Or does he want to be a boxer? And I think he's dipped his toe in a couple of those reality TV shows. Is he a reality star? And you just go, you've seen him out and he likes to party, and you just go, where do you want to be, mate? Where do you want to sit? I think when he first turned pro, you thought, yeah, this kid's got a bit of potential. Then he sort of, his focus went somewhere else.
Love Island and all that.
Yeah, went all over the gaff. But I'm going, now he's been thrown into this fight and he's taking this fight, I go, surely he's got to be like focused 100%. John Fury, Tyson Fury, they're like, mate, you're not coming home. If you lose this, you ain't coming home. You're not part of the Fury family anymore. That's got to be enough, man. I just think that there's too much on the line for Tommy Fury if he loses this, because he's the boxer.
See, Jake Paul's got nothing to lose. If he loses, it's like, well, I'm a YouTuber.
And if he wins, he becomes
like
an
Rocky.
even bigger hero. Yeah.
What happens to Tommy Fury? We had him on the show, I think, last week, and I said to him right at the end, you have to answer yes or no. If you lose this, will you retire? And he said yes. Do you think that's the case?
Yeah, it has to. That's what I'm saying. There is so much on the line for Tommy. There is so much on the line. Like now, Jake's loving it because he goes, you know what? Yeah. If I lose, I'll just come out with, well, he's a Fury.
Right now, who's going to win? Right now,
Tommy Fury.
Okay.
You, Andy?
And I'm not going to change my stance on that, by the way.
Okay.
I'm Tommy Fury. Even when if I get over there,
the common sense says it's got to be the boxer, right?
You would think so, but.
But here's the problem. When Conor McGregor was fighting Floyd Mayweather, The week leading up to that, I'm like, can he beat him?
No, see, no,
There's a good analogy. No, but there
I know that.
You know, I talked about the Ricky Hatton thing, and you both looked at me like I was an alien when I said that, right?
But you know what? But
that's the thing.
But with the Conor McGregor thing, someone said to me about a week before, said Conor McGregor's not even the best fighter in Ireland. How on earth is he going to be? And I was like, what am I talking about?
Well, I was reading stories that Conor McGregor, was smashing up like Paulie Malignaggi in the gym, and he floored him, this, that. And I'm with you, right? When the fight was announced, I went, what's a joke? Like, Mayweather's going to run rings around, he's going to smash him. As we got nearer, I'm like, my mind started twisting. And I was like, no. I had to slap myself. Right? I looked at me, slap myself. I went, Spence, pull yourself back together. Pull yourself back. It crept in, though.
Yeah.
It crept in.
Hey, you know what's going to happen? Tommy Fury will knock him out in 2 rounds and we'll go, of course he was going to win. He's obviously the boxer.
Yeah.